Once upon a time, in a lively town called Sunshineville, there lived a woman named Mrs. Thompson. Mrs. Thompson was incredibly rich and lived in a grand mansion filled with beautiful things. However, she had a problem. She was very selfish. Mrs. Thompson cared only about herself and her possessions. She would never share her toys or treats with other children and would often brag about her luxurious lifestyle. The people in Sunshineville were saddened by her behavior, as they knew that true happiness came from kindness and generosity. One sunny day, as Mrs. Thompson strolled through the town, she stumbled upon a magical shop tucked away on a quiet street. Curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to step inside. Inside the shop, she met a kind old shopkeeper named Mr. Wise. He had a twinkle in his eye and a warm smile. Sensing Mrs. Thompson's selfish nature, he presented her with a special gift, a tiny golden key. He explained that this key had the power to unlock a secret door that would teach her an important lesson about kindness and compassion. Intrigued by the mystery, Mrs. Thompson eagerly took the key and set off on a journey to find the hidden door. After much searching, she discovered a small, dusty door tucked behind a row of tall trees in the heart of Sunshineville. With the golden key in hand, Mrs. Thompson unlocked the door and stepped into a magical garden. To her surprise, the garden was filled with talking animals and cheerful children. They all seemed so happy and content, despite having very little. Mrs. Thompson's heart started to soften as she observed their joyful interactions. She realized that true happiness didn't come from material possessions, but from the love and kindness we share with others. As Mrs. Thompson spent time in the magical garden, she started to change. She began sharing her toys and treats with the children, seeing the joy it brought to their faces. She learned to listen and care about their feelings, making new friends along the way. Word of Mrs. Thompson's transformation spread throughout Sunshineville. The once selfish woman had become kind and compassionate. Inspired by her actions, the townspeople joined together to help those in need, creating a community filled with love and generosity. Mrs. Thompson's journey taught her that being rich wasn't just about having money and possessions. True wealth came from the kindness we show to others and the happiness we bring into their lives. From that day forward, Mrs. Thompson dedicated herself to making a positive difference in Sunshineville. She started a charity to help those less fortunate and used her resources to build a community center where children could come to play and learn. And so, the story of Mrs. Thompson reminds us all, no matter our age, that true riches come from a giving heart. It teaches us the importance of sharing, caring, and being kind to one another, for it is in these acts of kindness that we can create a world filled with joy and love.